Hi guys, my name is David. I'm iOS developer and developing iPhone applications since 2012. Mainly I am teaching iOS development on Udemy, and today I would like to demonstrate you my new course, which is a chat application, a real-time chat application using Firebase and other cool stuff. I'm going to switch to my phone and using the simulator on iPhone 10, I'm going to demonstrate on two devices how application is working once we are done. So here is the icon of my application. I'm calling it WeChat. Once we open the application, we can see that there are three tabs at the bottom: calls, chats, and settings. Under calls, we can also drag down here to show the search bar there. We can see all the incoming or outgoing calls. So if I switch on the simulator here, you can see that there are an incoming calls here and the time of the call. We can tap on any call here and it will call to the other user. So I can just answer it and you can see the timer, everything runs. We have mute and speaker button here. So if I hang up, it hangs up on my phone as well. Alright, so then if we move to our chats tab here, we have all our chats here, all our recent chats. Again, we have the search bar up there. We can start a new chat by clicking on the icon here, or we can start a group chat. So as you can see, I have three chats right now going on. And if I open my chat here, and also I can open the same chat on my iPhone 10 here, you can see we have all our picture messages, text messages, location messages, video messages, and audio messages. So these are the 5 type of messages our application can send. Also here on top you can see the user we are chatting with and the status of the user. And here it shows that I'm chatting with John Smith. I can click on the icon there, which will present me with a profile of this user where I can call, I can send a message, or I can block the user. Alright, and the same thing happens if we click on the avatars on the chat. Right now we don't see any avatars here because I have it disabled. This can be done from settings. By default, you can see here we have a microphone. If I click on the microphone, I will be presented with the audio message option here, and I can speak, I can record the message, and once I'm done, I can just send the audio message to the user. You can see it automatically appears here without need of any refresh because the application is in real time. Even if I start typing here, you can see there is an icon appears there that the other user is typing. Alright, so once I finish typing, it disappears. Right, and when I'm typing, I have a text here, the send button changes as well. So let's see what we have here as an attachment button. When we click, we can use our camera, we can choose photo or video from the library, or we can share our location. Right, so let's see our image messages. Once we tap on an image, we can enlarge it. We can zoom in, zoom out, we can share clicking on the button here. Or we can close by just dragging up or down or clicking on the done button here. Then we have our location messages. By tabbing, it opens in the map. You can zoom in, zoom out, do anything you can do in a real map application. And also we have opening the maps option here. Once I open this in the maps, I can use the maps to use the directions or any other options the map application provides. So let's go back to my application here. We also have video messages. So once I tap on a video message, it opens and starts playing automatically. This is my junior iOS developer playing on the balcony there. Right, so we have of course text messages and we have audio messages. I can just tap on the icon here and the play button. and it will, just get rid of it, it will stop playing, and once it's done it will stop, or I can just tap on the pause button there so it will stop playing. Also, as you can see, we have a status here of the message at the time of the when the user read the message, or we can have a delivered status. So if I log out, if I go out of the chat view there, and let's say if I send a message now, the status shows delivered, and here you can see there is a new message and we have an icon here as well, and once I open, the status here will change to read and the time of the user read my message. We can also delete chats. So I'm clicking on the text message there, I'm deleting this message. As you can see, it disappeared from here, but still on other device we can see it. So each user has its own separate messages, so once I delete any message on my device, it doesn't mean it disappears from the other user as well. So here on top we have an icon. If I click on it, it will show me in collection view all the media messages, all the picture messages that we have sent to this user. So I can just tab again, I can do any manipulation to the image as I can do it in the chat. So this is the chat view. Let's move here under the recent, all the recent chats. If I slide, I can mute the chat or I can delete it. By mute, you don't stop receiving messages, but you stop receiving notifications when there are new messages. If we want to create a group chat, we just click on the group. Now what application does is compares all the users of the application and the users on my contact list on my device. So once it finds any matches, it displays here. So this user is in my contact list and using the application as well. So if I can click on the user that I want to start a group chat, then I can click next, and this displays me with an option to put a group name. And also here we can see all the participants. If you have more than one, you will see all the participants here. You can just click on the X to remove any of the participants you don't want. And we have the avatar of our group here. I can just click on it and it will give me an option to take a picture, or I can use any of my pictures from here. So let's say I will choose this one, click done, and the image appears here. So if I click the group name, I'm going to call this my group and click create, and this will create a group here. You can see on the top, and I have here I'm going to send a message to the group, so it says hello. And if I go back, and here I have all my 3 chats, and we have another button there. If we want to start a chat, I just click on it, and again it shows the contacts where it compares the users that are using application and are in my contact list. Plus we have one more button which is a nearby users. I can see all the users in my city, which are none. Then I can see all the users that are in my country, only 1 user. And I can see all the users that are using the application. So there are 3 users apart from me. Once we get back, we can see there is another button here. And this button is to share, to invite a user. So you can use any of your favorite applications to invite someone to use the application. Right, so the next step will be our settings. Under the settings we have our user information. Then we can click on edit here and we can change the avatar of the user. We can change the name, surname and email address, and once we are done we can click save and it will save the user. We have blocked users. Remember, when I click on any of the users here, I can block this user, and you can see that the button name changes to unblock because right now the user is blocked. So if I go to blocked users in my settings area, it shows me that this user is blocked. Also, I can slide here and unblock the user. So right now the user is unblocked. Chat backgrounds. Here I have by default some pictures included in the application. You can add more if you want. Say I want to add this picture as my chat background. Now if I go and open any chat, you can see my background is set to the image there. If I want to reset it, just go there and click on reset and it says done. Now it's reset. Show avatar button here. If I enable it, if I go here now to my chats, I can see avatar next to each chat and I can click on each avatar and it opens the profile view again. Okay, and apart from that, we have cleaned the cache of our application. We are using the cache to save all the media messages in our application. So every time we open the chat view, it takes a few seconds to load the chat view, and we don't want to wait to download video messages, photo messages which are bigger. So this way it will work offline as well. And we have a tell a friend button. Again, you can invite a friend to the application, terms and condition, version of the application, and log out and delete account function. When we log out, we are presented with a login view. Right now I'm using an email login or registration, but once we are done, we are going to switch back to phone number authentication. So you will need a mobile number to register. I'm not using it right now because in order to test the application, we need many users, and when you are using a phone number authentication, you cannot use multiple users that are not sharing the same phone number. So again, I can say like user1 at mail.com and my password, and just click login, and this will take me to the application here. So this is it. The chat is fully encrypted end to end, so even if someone tries to download these messages somehow, they are not going to receive any readable information. They are just going to get a bunch of characters instead of the real messages. We are using Firebase for the chat, so it's real-time Firebase Firestore, which is the latest introduction of the Firebase. So this is the real application. Once we are finished, this is how it will look. If you like it and if you want to build it together, go ahead, subscribe, and hopefully you will learn a lot of things while we are going to build the application. I'm going to start from the scratch, and once we are finished, we are going to have App Store ready application. And I'm going to explain every single line of code, and some of the things I'm going to provide as ready code, because not all the students want to type. I'm not going to provide all the code, just for you to know, because I like the students to type, because this way they learn much better and much quicker. But some of the code that I feel that there is no need to type all this information, I'm going to provide you the ready code. And also I'm going to provide you all the assets, the icons, the pictures, ringtones, etc. So you don't have to create anything by yourself. So again, thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, subscribe and join me in to build this cool application together.